All right, take it off. I'm Brett.
All right, I'm still. I'll get going on mine when it pops up on my end because I know I have my sound going. So, but I'll. Okay, yep, it's going right now on my end. Yep, I got it. Okay, there we go. It's game day, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I needed that thing. Sorry. Rewind. um, it's game day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are covering the. I have to look it up here. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl today, with the Memphis Tigers at 8-4 versus the NC State Wolfpack at 7-5. My name is Brett Alt. I'll be the sidekick and announcer for the show today. And now let's throw it over to your host, the Howler of Knoxville, Tennessee, Wolfie.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Kevin. What's going on? Tuber chat in the house. Word up. All right. So today we got the bowl game between the Memphis Tigers and the NC State Wolfpack. Uh, Kind of to kick off the bowl season here. Later on this evening, we'll be having a panel hangout for the first game of the college football playoff between number 9 Alabama Crimson Tide versus the number 8 Oklahoma Sooners, and that should be a fun time. Now tomorrow we will be doing the another hangout. It will be at noon tomorrow for the Miami Hurricanes traveling to Kyle Field in that first round matchup between the Texas A&M Aggies. Now, of course, the other two games are on TNT and True TV later on that evening. Um, but my focus will shift over to NFL in the evening time tomorrow. So we probably will do a NFL hangout in the late afternoons tomorrow. The game that just ended was the Western Michigan Broncos versus the Kennesaw State Owls in a well, I wouldn't say a great matchup. It was more of a blowout in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Final score of that one was 41-6. Um, there has been a few bowl games already this year. I do not have the scores in front of me, but maybe Brett can provide that for you. We're still awaiting kickoff for the game. So, Brett, do you have the current bowl records?
Not the records, no. If you were calling by conference, but I do have the score.
Yeah, I'm talking about scores, just the scores.
All right, yes, I do. Ladies and gentlemen, today's score update is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie to save 10% at checkout on your order. So we started off the bowl season with the Cricket Celebration Bowl between South Carolina State and Prairie View A&M. In 4 overtimes, South Carolina State beat Prairie View A&M 40-38. Also that Saturday, we had the bucked up LA Bowl between Washington and Boise State. The final score in that game was Washington 38, Boise State 10. On Tuesday, the 16th, we had the IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl. Jacksonville State versus Troy. And in an upset, Jacksonville State beats Troy 17-13. On Wednesday, December 17th, we had the Staff DNA Cure Bowl from Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida, featuring Old Dominion and South Florida. And in a huge upset, Old Dominion upset South Florida 24-10. In the 68 Ventures Bowl, we had the Delaware Bluehens and the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. By 7 points, Delaware defeats Louisiana 20-30. No, 20-13. Sorry, my bad. Then on Thursday the 18th, we had the Xbox Bowl between Arkansas State and Missouri State. And Arkansas State beat Missouri State 34-28. In earlier action today, we had the Myrtle Beach Bowl from Brooks Stadium in Conway, South Carolina, between Western Michigan and Kennesaw State. It wasn't even close as Western Michigan defeats Kennesaw State 41-6. So those are your updated scores. Wolfie, back to you.
All right. So kickoff will be coming very short here, probably within the next 5 minutes. This will be a matchup between Brendan Lewis, the quarterback of Memphis, and CJ Bailey, which is a dual threat quarterback. And actually, more. He was originally a wide receiver. That much I know. He's 69% completion rating for 2,996. But for Memphis, Brandon Lewis, he's also considered a dual threat. But he has got a stronger arm. He can get it down the field way quicker. He's 70% completion rate for about 2,500. But the difference is where CJ only has 9 touchdowns for the year. Brandon Lewis for Memphis has 15 touchdowns for the year. Hello, Lucy.
Hello, Lucy. Welcome to the GameCast chat. Glad to see you.
Thank you to the 5 listening in. If you haven't already, go ahead and double tap for the like and subscribe if you're new. And the kickoff is on their way. Memphis is kicking off to NC State. NC State deferred to the second half, and it goes through the back of the end zone for the touchback. And NC State will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
I turned the game on and I figured I'm going to be behind you, Wolf. I'm way behind you. Because it's just stuttering and doing all that crap on my end, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching it through the ESPN app on my TV, so.
Gotcha.
So I'll hopefully behave itself.
All right. North Carolina State's halfback is Hayden Scott. He has 84 rushes for the year for a total of 754 yards. But the first play was a gun formation, and Bailey dropped back and threw and caught by, it looks like Jackson on the play for a gain of about 13 yards for an NC State first down. It will be 1st and 10. Wolfpack from the 48-yard line. Handed off to Scott from gun and gain of about 4 on the play. It will be 2nd and 6 at about the 49-yard line. Nope, they marked it a bit short. It will be 2nd and 8 from the 50. All right. Bailey in the pistol formation. Hands off to Scott. Scott's breaking down the center. Got the hole. And picks up about 5 yards on the play. So it will be a 3rd and about 2. Or 3rd and 3, depending upon the mark. All right, so they actually marked it a bit short. It will be a 3rd and 4 from the 46-yard line. Bailey keeps and runs and gets it out to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, Wolfpack.
I don't get the whole 6-7 thing, Terrence. I don't know why you're saying that on here for, but
Yeah, I don't know what started that whole 6-7 thing.
back then when I heard 6-7, I always thought it was somebody's height.
Yeah, that's the way I see it too. 6'7", yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't watch a game. My ESPN app is being a stubborn you know what. I'm not gonna cuss on streams though.
Right.
But because keep the GameCast family friendly. So I'm not gonna cuss on there. But let's just say it's just being a darn piece of crap. So
A pain in the
I
rear. A pain
yeah,
in the rear.
pain in the rear. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Yeah, it's just freezing up every frame. So I'm just like screw it, and I turned it off. So only way I'll have to get my game is by listening to you. So not only I'll have to be your sidekick, but I also have to list. I'll have to do it by the way you're doing it, Wolf.
All right, so it's a 2nd and 7 from the 14-yard line. Bailey keeps and gets the hole and goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. 11:32 to go in the first half. In the first quarter. And the score is now going to be NC State 7, Memphis 0. It was from the gun formation, and he just rolled out. There wasn't no wide receivers open, and it left the gap wide open from the left corner, and he just walked right on in.
By the way, at the commercial break, I can do some sports news.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if they're going to. The kick is up and good, and that is a confirmed score. It's NC State 7, Memphis 0. The Kits start off the game. So on NC State's first drive is a score, and we're just awaiting the Memphis first drive of the game, and it is going to commercial. So, Brett, I will hand it over to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in NCAA football news today, Duke quarterback Darren Mensah has announced on Friday that he is coming back to the Blue Devils next season. So the people were saying about how he had explored entering the NFL draft, but on his Instagram he entitled the decision. He announced, "Let's run this back." So he will be returning to Duke next year. So that's going to be a good thing for the Blue Devils as they're the defending ACC championship, ACC champions. In other news, we have more NCAA football transfer portal news. TCU quarterback Josh Hoover is going to enter the transfer portal and therefore miss the Alamo Bowl for TCU. And he announced it on social media Thursday. According to his official post, he said this is what he said, quote, "I'm not going to read it all, but he thanks Coach Dykes and Coach Briles for having him, and he thanks for TCU. He's like, I prayed about this and I decided that I will be entering the transfer portal." So Josh Hoover is entering the transfer portal. So TCU is going to lose one of their quarterbacks. Texas Longhorns fired Pete Kwiatkowski, or however you put that name is. But
yeah, it's an odd name.
yeah, and so they're bringing back Will Muschamp to Texas. Also, in other news, Kevin Kane is returning to Purdue as their defensive coordinator after he used to coach Nichols and outside linebackers at Minnesota. Also, offensive coordinator Mike Shanahan finalized a new 3-year contract with Indiana. So that's a big moral boost for that. Also, to end the last couple stories, Missouri's Bowlmania is going to enter the transfer portal after he transferred to Missouri from Penn State. Is going to go into the transfer portal again and miss the Gator Bowl. And in our final news story, Sean Brophy follows Eric Morris to Oklahoma State to be the new offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. Those are your college NCAA football news headlines. Back to you, Wolfie.
All right. So just a little brief headliner for this game. It broke early last week or the week before, where Ryan Summerfield, the head coach of the Memphis Tigers, is taking on the job at Arkansas to help the Razorbacks. And so it will be interesting to see how the team kind of adapts to the life without Silverfield there on the sideline. But on the first thing here, NC State kicked off after scoring the touchdown, and Memphis returned it out to the 41-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10. Memphis. Lewis in the pistol. Changing the play after the line. It's now in the gun formation. Trips to the right. And he fakes the handoff, keeps, and gets about 3 on the play. It will be 2nd and 7.
But that was an awkward silence. You still there, Wolf?
5-year penalty. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What happened?
I don't know. I'm having a bit of an audio issue here. Hang on.
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, I think I'm good now. All right, so Lewis is in the gun, sends the wide receiver in motion and hands it off, but NC State was ready and pins him back at the 35-yard line. It will now be I believe that will be 4th down, and Memphis will have to punt. Oh, no. That's right. That penalty wasn't a loss of down, so it's a 3rd down. And about 13. Lewis drops back, feeling the pressure, and throws, gets it to the corner. Wide receiver. No. Excuse me, the halfback. Kind of like a screenplay. Only a gain of about 5 yards, though. It's 4th and 9, and Memphis is officially punting back to NC State. This year, Memphis record is 8-4. They're 8-0 when scoring on the first drive, 0 for 4 when not, and they didn't score on the first drive. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
That's going to be interesting indeed.
But with that being said, it's 1st and 10 NC State. And we're back at commercial break. But a little bit of news from Knoxville. To those that didn't know, Jake Merklinger, who was technically the 2nd string quarterback for Tennessee, has entered his name in the transfer portal.
Wow.
But to be honest, I'm not really surprised because the quarterback room at Tennessee is going to be kind of full. You got George McIntyre, who's a sophomore, who actually played a little bit more than Merklinger this year. Then you have Aguilar, who is trying to get his 7th year of eligibility. And if that goes through, he will be there, and he will be training up the 5-star quarterback that they just got signed, Faison Brandon. So the quarterback room is definitely not really an issue by losing one quarterback, but it will be interesting to see where Merck goes.
I think one of the big questions when it comes to the transfer portal for me is where is Dylan Raiola going to go?
I have a feeling it will probably be Miami, but I can't say for sure. My bigger question is where's DJ Lagway going to go?
Oh yeah.
From the Florida Gators. He's leaving the Gators. He was thought out to be what would save the Gators from their demise, but hasn't panned out too well. But I think that has to more so do with Florida's O line.
Looks like
Oh,
I'm looking at some of these. These were as updated from much as the final update was added on December 12th. Maryland quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. is going to enter the transfer portal. Offensive lineman P.J. Wilkins got transferred from Charlotte to Ole Miss. Williams Dwanieri has committed to Nebraska after he left Missouri, transferred from Missouri.
okay.
Also, other names that have been mentioned. Oklahoma wide receiver Brennan Thompson. North Carolina left. Nope, never mind. Alabama quarterback. Wait, is this from last year? Yes, it's from last year. They didn't have the new ones this year. Sorry, I'm very inaccurate. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that happens. It automatically generates to the year previous, and I have no idea why it does that. And then you have to go in and manually change it over.
Yeah.
All right, so just like that, after the announcers have done quite a bit of talking here, we have a 3rd and 11 for NC State. Ball is at the 25-yard line. Bailey in the gun, 2 wide receivers to the left, drops back, throws, and the pass just over the fingertips of the receiver, and it's going to be 4th and 11. and NC State's going to be punting back to Memphis.
Okay. Nope. These are all 8:25. We should be looking for college football portals for 2026, shouldn't we?
Yeah, 2026 is the current year, yes.
Okay.
All right, here's the snap and the kick. And the returner is down at the 30-yard line, and it was kind of an odd curve because of the wind, and the returner had to dive to the ground to secure the football, and it will be a 1st and 10 Memphis from the 30 on their own side of the field.
Yeah, I'm looking at. Go ahead. Sorry.
Lewis is rolling out, looking, can't find nothing, throws. Okay, he did have a receiver there, but he was way in coverage by the defender, and yeah, it was dropped incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Eight minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. All right, Lewis in the gun, sends the tight end in motion. So it'll be trips to the left. Fakes the handoff, keeps Lewis to the 40, down to the 43-yard line. That will be a 1st and 10 Memphis. Flag on the play, though. I thought I saw a hold. Let's see what they say here. Yep, holding on number 62 on the Memphis Tigers, and so that run will be negated, and it will now be a 2nd and 20. Excuse me, a 2nd and 18. Ball from the 22-yard line. Lewis tosses to the halfback, gain of about 1 on the play. It will be 3rd down. All right, so Lewis in the gun, 2 wide receivers either side, drops back, looking, feeling the pressure, throws, and the pass is complete down the middle to the tight end to the 50-yard line. Bussy on the play, or Busey, however you want to pronunciate it. So it'll be 1st and 10 Memphis from the 50-yard line. No flag on the play. Excuse me, the 49-yard line. Brandon Lewis so far is 4 for 5 on the completion, 29 yards. Lewis, hands off. Run goes right down the middle for a decent charge on the play, gain of about 5. Six minutes to go in the first quarter. NC State up 7-0. Lewis in the gun. Looks like trips to the left. Drops back, looking, feeling the heat. Throws, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds. 3rd and 5. All right. So on this third down, we have two wide receivers to either side, tight end to the right side, so it'll be trips right. Lewis drops back, looking, throws, and the pass is caught by Busey again to the 41-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10 Memphis. And as Brett just said in the chat, be sure to like and subscribe as you come in. And today's game is brought to you by the sponsor W Energy, energy drinks, sports supplements, vitamins, and more. And you'll be able to save 10% at checkout with the code Sports with Wolfie. Link will be in the description. All right, Memphis hands off to the halfback. Gain of 1 on the play. It will be 2nd and 9 from the 40. Halfback Peasant on the play. All right, Tigers in the gun. All receivers to the left side of the field. Lewis hands off the Peasant. About an 8-yard run on the play for a make it 3rd and about 2. Ball will be at the 33-yard line. Pass attempt incomplete, and it's now 4th and 2. I don't think they're quite in field goal range, so Memphis will probably go for it here. Yep, they do indeed. Lewis in the gun. And NC State's going to call a timeout. NC State going to give Memphis a little bit more time to think about their decision. All right, so now that we are on a commercial break, I am going to toss it back over to Brett for the short time.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Even though today's the 19th of December, I wanted to say on behalf of the GameCast and our genuine football panel that we wanted to wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas and hope you all get to have a good Christmas this year. Speaking of shows, ever wanted to hear a football show where a bunch of crazy guys sit around and talk football and make picks? Well, you get that with our Tuesday show, Football Pick'em, where me and Wolfie and other members sit in a panel and we discuss and review football games from college and the NFL. Also, our resident stat man, Jeff Alt, is also on the panel to give us stats from from select games. Join us usually on Tuesdays for the Football Pick'em show, also sponsored by W, as it stars me and Wolfie and the gang on the panel. So again, that's Football Pick'ems Tuesday on this channel.
Tuesday at 2 p.m.
I had to throw a little plug in there for that. Hey, it's free advertising. What can I say?
Exactly.
Hey, at least you know.
Papa Smurf Jeff in the house. Hey, Jeff.
What's up, Jeff?
But as we were saying before commercial break, go ahead and take this opportunity for a quick little plug here. As we were saying in the chat and just a minute ago, use the code Sports with Wolfie for our sponsor Dovey, and you'll get 10% off at checkout of your entire purchase. Link will be in the description. Uh, Energy drinks, sports supplements, vitamins, merchandise like that shaker cup, and much more.
My own little plug slogan. If it ain't Wolfie, it ain't Dubby. That was a side joke, guys. Um. Anyway, like I said, we on the panel, we are from everybody at Football Pick'ems, and of course, me and Wolfie on the GameCast. We'd like to wish each and every one of you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, however y'all prefer to call it. Don't want to disrespect nobody, and a very Happy New Year coming. And also, just a little side plug, if you will, on this channel and on my second channel, Rocky Top Scratcher, there will be two separate live streams for a birthday bash, if you will, coming sometime before my birthday on January the 4th. So you'll want to stay tuned for that as well.
All right. Anyway, Janice is in the house. Hey, Papa Smurf Jeff being a smart, you know what? Bah humbug. He says he's just bored and cold, so that's what he's up to. Yeah, same thing around here where I am, Jeff. We had a cold front come through yesterday when it was nice and mild, and then it just dropped it. Then it just dropped like a block of ice, if you know what I mean. Speaking of weather, Wolf, I looked at the forecast for my area. It's supposed to be 50 degrees on Christmas Day.
Oh, that don't surprise me. Here in Knoxville on Christmas, it's supposed to be 72.
You lucky duck. Hey, perfect day to pull out the hey. What sitting out there? Yeah, I could just see it right now. Of course, I shouldn't do a stereotype kind of a thing, but I could just see. Well, I know you don't drink, Wolf, but I have to. I have to do this. So forgive me for this. I could just see on Christmas Day Wolf sitting on a patio or something in a lawn chair, tank top and shorts, drinking a beer. Like, what are you doing? Celebrating Christmas? I'm sorry, Wolf. I had to.
Actually, I'll put it in the country terms here for you because I'm basically in the mountains. So I'll be out on the porch sitting in the rocking chair drinking a Jack Daniels, is what it would be like.
Yeah. Oh, where am I, Papa Smurf Jeff? I'm in Iowa. We actually had a historic thing happen today earlier. About 11:03 this morning Central Time. A historic bridge up in Northeast Iowa was imploded today, and it came down after being up for 94 years. It was called the Black Hawk Bridge, and it was in Lansing, Iowa. I mean, if you ever get a chance to look it up on Google, you'll see how nice of a bridge it looked. So, anyway, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the football. I believe the game is back on, Wolf, so let's throw it back to you.
Yeah, so quite a bit has happened. There was a pass interference when NC State first got the ball, which gave them a 1st and 10 from the 40. Big pass play down to the 20, and just another big pass play that got them to.
To the what? Oh, don't tell me you're having an audio issue again. we're currently having technical difficulties, folks. This is a kind of an audio issue Wolfie's been having a little bit, where he's been talking, then it just cuts off all of a sudden. So I apologize on behalf of Wolf and the GameCast crew for the audio issue. I don't know why it's doing that, but again, I apologize. So I don't have the game on my TV, so because I have watched the ESPN app on my TV, but the thing is so slow and it likes to skip every frame and stuff like that, so I'm not watching the game. So I was
Okay,
telling
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I decided to take over for a little bit while you were correcting the audio issue. I issued an apology on behalf of the GameCast.
Yeah, apparently, even though I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, voicemail still interrupt the headset for whatever reason.
Weird. Welcome to the category of things we don't know about cell phones for 500, Alex.
Technology is bonkers.
You can say that. Hey, that's a good stream title right there. Technology is bonkers. But of course, it's not a stream title. But you know what I mean. Anyway,
So
hopefully you're back in.
what I was saying before I got cut off was that it was a 31-yard pass play to the goal line. They were reviewing it to see if it was in or not, and it was. It was a touchdown, NC State, and that makes the score 14-0, NC State over Memphis.
Oh, even though it's still going on right now, I know this would almost be doing Jeff's job, but I do have some it's timeout right now according to this, but I do have some early stats.
Go for it.
All right, today's stats are brought to you by W. Save 10% at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. Link will be in the description below. All right. In total yards, 74 for NC State, 53 for Memphis. No turnovers for either side. 4 first downs for NC State, 2 first downs for Memphis. And penalties, NC State hasn't been penalized yet. And Memphis has 2 penalties for 15 yards. On third down, Memphis is 2 for 4, and NC State is 1 for 2. On fourth down, Memphis is 0 for 1, and no conversions for NC State. And time of possession, Memphis is 7:23, and NC State is 3:28. Wolfie, back to you.
All right, so a brief update on the penalties because apparently that hasn't updated yet. Memphis has 5 penalties for 55 yards to NC State's no penalties.
Yeah, ESPN's kind of behind, so.
So right now, penalties are definitely causing Memphis to have a bit of a struggle. But it's 1st and 10, Memphis from the 25-yard line. Lewis keeps and runs down to the 34-yard line, so it'll be a 2nd and about 1.
Who the heck is Kevin, Ryan?
Oh, hey Ryan, what's going on? That's for those that don't know, that's PK Adventures. That's his 2nd channel. On the Ryan Parker Studios, he does pick'ems like we do. I think on Thursdays, if I'm not mistaken. He can tell me if I'm correct or not. And Brett, he's referring to Tuber Chat.
Oh,
Kevin, that
okay.
was
My
on
bad.
there earlier.
My bad. I was trying to say, like, because I'm still knowing some of these people that you've known for a while, Wolf, so that's why I ask a lot of questions.
I understand. That's why I'm here.
No, you're just there. Anyway, so how are you doing, Ryan? Oh, Merry early Christmas to you, by the way, buddy. The college football is Thursdays with the Fam Adventures and Coker Culture. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out sometime. We have our own.
As,
We have our own pick'em show too. Ryan. We have our own show on Tuesdays. So, I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched them or not, but
yeah, he's going to be looking into it. I was in there yesterday.
Nice.
But yeah, that's his second channel there, everybody. PK Adventures.
Oh, that's cool beans.
All right, so Memphis just got picked off by NC State, and NC State returns it all the way to the 3-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and goal, NC State from the 3. Memphis is literally imploding on themselves at this point, and it's not even the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, it's not even the end of the first quarter, but according to the GameCast on ESPN, they currently have the win probability of 67.6% for NC State, 32.4% for Memphis. But as my neighbor would say, the game is young.
I mean, it is still young. Anything can happen, but let's see here. So NC State is in the bunch package. Bailey keeps and gets it down to the 1-yard line. It will be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, Tex Guy, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Tex?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Ryan. I do most of the announcing on the Pick'em show. How long has it been since I joined the crew, Wolf? I think it's been about a month or month and a half or so.
It's actually been closer to 2 months, I think.
Yeah. How you doing, Tex Guy?
Quarterback keeper trying to get the tush push going, but I don't think they quite got there. It's going to be at the inch line. It will be 3rd and inches. 3rd and goal at the inch.
Awesome, Tex Guy. Nice to see that you're doing good. Me and the Wolfmeister are just doing a GameCast today, just hanging out doing a GameCast. I would be watching the same. I'd be watching the same game as he has, but my ESPN app on my TV is being a pain in the rear. Sorry, Wolf.
Yeah, you're right, Ryan. You'll have to watch us on Tuesdays so you know who to pick for on Thursday. There you go. You're absolutely right.
He's not wrong either, Wolf. Ooh, ball on. Ooh, I'm watching the GameCast. The GameCast must be very behind because of what you're saying.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm watching the GameCast on ESPN so I can keep tabs of the live stats and so I can get the live stats, but it's running behind because it already said it's 3rd and 10 on the Memphis 31, even though you said it was down to the 1.
Yeah. It's at the inch line. They're actually reviewing it to see if it's a touchdown. The rule on the field is a touchdown, so if it stands, it's now 21-0 NC State over Memphis.
Yep, they just caught up to it. They just said 31-yard touchdown pass. But you said they're reviewing it, right?
No. That was the previous touchdown, Brett.
Oh, okay.
That's a whole different drive there, bud. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because like I said, it was 3:21 in the first quarter, so.
Yeah, the Western Michigan Kennesaw State game was a beatdown for sure.
Oh, your buddy Zach went to Kennesaw State or something, Ryan?
Yeah, that's Zach's alma mater. Yeah.
His buddy Zach is alma mater is Kennesaw State, huh?
Uh
I
huh.
didn't know that. Well, that's cool beans. Hey, it is what it is.
I mean, Kennesaw State didn't have a bad year. They ended up with 10 wins.
I say if you, yeah, decent season, 10 wins. You can't really complain about that.
I mean, in the Conference USA, the
Huh.
only team that ever did better is Marshall. Marshall had an 11-win season 1 year, and that's the record for the Conference USA. So they were 1 win from the record. So I mean, yeah, that was a great year for Conference USA.
Hey Ryan, you want to hear a laugher because you said go Jacksonville State. You want to hear a laugher? I actually picked Troy and I lost. I'm in Big Ten country, Ryan.
Yeah,
Well, technically both
Brett.
Big Ten and Big 12.
Yeah, Brett is in the city of or near the city of Waterloo, should I say?
I live in the exact city of Waterloo.
Okay, so Waterloo, Iowa.
Yep. Yeah, well, it's an FCS college town where I'm at because of the approximation to Cedar Falls, but for big conferences where I am, I'm Big 10 and Big 12 country. Okay, I got some updated stats on the game so far, Wolf.
Oh, so you went to school at Jacksonville State? Okay.
All right, I got some updated stats, Wolf.
Go for it.
All right, since we are at the end of the first quarter, according to this,
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
um, total yards, North NC State has 129 compared to only 79 for Memphis. Memphis has committed one turnover compared to none for NC State. NC State has had 7 first downs compared to 3 for Memphis. Penalties are what is killing Memphis so far, and that is 3 for 30 yards according to this. That could probably is going to be updated if you have an update for that. Third down, 2 for 4 for Memphis and 2 for 3 for NC State. That's a pretty good percentage right there. On fourth down, Memphis is 0 for 1 and none for NC State. Time of possession, 9:30 for Memphis and 4:31 for NC State. And remember, today's stats update is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie to save 10% on your entire order at checkout. Link will be in the description after the GameCast. With that being said, back to you, my friend.
And there it is right there. It's code Sports with Wolfie, and that will be 10% off entire purchase at checkout.
Oh, that's cool. Brian was in the marching band.
Oh yeah, Ryan. What did you play? And
Yeah, well,
but before I fully devoted myself to football, I also played clarinet for a short time. Also played trumpet for a short time. But then I fully committed to playing football full time, and then of course most of y'all know the backstory behind that, where I was being recruited, and then I hurt my knee and all that good stuff. So
yeah. I didn't do any sports when I was in school. Only extracurricular activity I did was doing the what I did was like doing choir when I was in junior high, and then in high school. Oh, by the way, it's in the second quarter. Looks like we have a score alert according to the GameCast. Wolf.
Yeah, they just now kicking the extra point. It's 21 nothing.
Game's still young, but NC State's trouncing Memphis. It's early, game's still young, but that's a trouncing early in the second quarter. Oh, Ryan said he played quad drums in the marching band and he played clarinet in concert season.
Hey, the quads is very or can be a rather difficult set of drums to play. You got to be well practiced. So hey, kudos to that, Ryan.
Oh wow, looks like they put in their oh wow, looks like on their they scored that touchdown. According to the stats, they put in their other quarterback to
Yeah,
get the
yeah,
score.
yeah. It's they're more. He's a little bit more of a downfield runner compared to Bailey. And his name's Wilson, I think.
Yeah, I thought for a minute there, I thought, wait, is the Wolfpack running the Wildcat or something? And I thought that's what I thought at first, but I was like, but then I saw QB, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because isn't Bailey more of a pocket passer?
Yeah, he is more of the pocket presence. Yeah. But he's also agile. He's more of the one that will roll out to the outside and scramble. Wilson, like I said, is more of a downfield runner. He'll lower his shoulders and drive it through down the middle, like QB sneaks and stuff like that.
So he's
All right, so
kind of like a little Lamar Jackson a little bit.
yeah, that would be a good comparison.
Oh, Ryan says actually on this channel there are some old videos of me and the Southerners from the mid '90s on
Oh,
Ryan's
wow, okay.
Parker.
Yeah, I have seen some of his band videos on one of his playlists that I was running one day.
Oh wow! All right, looks like it's a 3rd and 5 on the Memphis 30.
Yeah, Memphis is having a hard time getting things going. It seems like whatever they're doing, North Carolina State just has just enough of a counter. Um, all right, so Lewis is now a single back with trips to the left, two wide receivers to the right, sends wide receiver in motion to the left. So it's a stack set now. But pass to the lone receiver to the right side of the field, and it will be a 1st and 10 Memphis. Ball will be at the 40-yard line.
By the way, Ryan, who I know you like to make your picks and everything on Thursdays. Who did you pick for the playoff game tonight? Did you pick Oklahoma or Alabama? I'm interested.
Well, I actually know this, but I'm going to let him answer for you.
Oh, you must have watched the show yesterday, Wolf.
Yeah, I was on there last night. I was watching.
Mm. Oh, so did I, Ryan. I actually picked Alabama on this one too, even though the game's in Norman.
All right, so we had deep pass attempt down the right side sideline. And I'll be honest here, it looked like NC State was holding the receiver. That should have been a pass interference, but they didn't call it. So it'll be 3rd and 3. Lewis fakes the handoff, throws to the tight end. Tight end busts is loose and gets it down inside the looks like the 30-yard line.
The tight end's name is Bryce Anderson. I just saw it on the GameCast.
Yeah, Anderson.
He's not a bad tight end.
So it'll be the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 38. Lewis decides to keep it and gets about 3 on the play. It will be 2nd down and about 7.
According to this, it says 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they always mark it a bit shy for whatever reason.
That is true, Ryan. Having lost 2 times already can be powerful motivation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I don't know about that.
All right.
Looks all right, so
go on.
It was a screen pass, and it's a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, I'm looking at the stats here for Brendan Lewis. That's terrible. You see in the stats too, Wolf?
I mean, as far as his completion rate, it's not too bad. But 3rd down conversions today for Memphis is 4 of 6. So that's about 66%.
About 67%, yeah.
All right, deep pass down the field and just missed, but it looked like it should have been another pass interference that they didn't call on NC State. But that brings it to 4th down, so I would imagine the field goal team would come out trying to get some type of points, but I don't know whether the kicker has that type of leg or not.
You know how funny, I was looking at the American, they're looking at the 2025 standings. You know how funny how Tulane is in the playoffs, and yet according to this, it looks like conference overall-wise, Navy was leading the American Conference.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you saw the standings too. Yeah. Okay. Oh!
All right, so the kick is no good.
Gianni Spetic.
And that goes back to what I said. I didn't know whether he'd quite have the leg.
By the way, shout out to the 6 people in the chat. I know I'm one of them because I'm one of the moderators in the chat right now, even though I'm not doing much on there. But shout out to the 6 people in the chat. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Also, share this on social media and wherever you share things to get this out and try to hopefully get some more subscribers for Wolf. So again, like and subscribe, and don't forget to share this out. Also, don't forget today's GameCast is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% off your order at checkout when you use this code Sports with Wolfie.
All right, and just to those that don't know, because I know we got some new faces in here today. Brett actually has a podcast himself, but it's not necessarily sports related, but it is a podcast called the Brett Alt Show on Spotify.
Yeah, it's for those of you who don't know, it's a little freebase show that I do. What I mean by freebase is pretty much There's no certain topic or any certain thing or any theme that is about anything. I just talk about whatever on my mind. I do have a couple of episodes where I do have a couple of special guests. One was a sports show that I did with a woman who was one of my neighbors, but she was big into but she was big in women's basketball back in her day. So so I do have a sports episode of it of where I interview my female neighbor who was talking, and we talk about the state of women's basketball and everything too. So we talk about the state of women's basketball. We talk about parenting and everything. So it's a really good episode to check out on the Brett Alt show. I was gonna say also shout out to my brother. If you don't know, for some of you who don't know, on the football pick'em show that we do on Tuesday, I have a brother, and Wolfie knows him, named Jeff, who is our resident stats expert. He's our stat guy. He normally looks up the stats for various games of the week, which segues into this advertisement. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever sit around the table talking to your friends and talking about football, and you're thinking, I wonder what my friends are going to be picking for such and such game this week. Well, let us take care of that work for you, as we have the Football Pick'em Show, the weekly show where we review previous games from the previous week, pick games for the current week, and discuss our reasonings and whatnot. You never know what's going to happen on the show. There can be everything from crazy side jokes to crazy rivalry banters. But other than that, we talk sports and football, and we make picks. Join me, Wolfie, Big Papa Smurf Angel, D-Man, and our Florida resident Ted, and our sports guy, Jeff Alt, as we share stats, picks, and more than that. On the Football Pick'em Show, Tuesdays on the Sports with Wolfie channel. Wolfie, back to you.
At 2 p.m. Eastern.
Back to you, Wolf.
All right, so we had a big pass play by NC State that got it down to the 39-yard line. Then there was just a run play here that got down inside the 40-yard line. It will be 2nd and 6. 9 minutes to go in the first half. And of course, the score is 21-0 NC State. Ball is at the 35-yard line. And it looks like Bailey hands off again, and that was a gain of about 1. It's 3rd and 5. All right, let's see here. So they're out in the gun. Bailey takes a snap, drops back, looking, feeling the pressure, throws, and the pass. Ooh, that was almost intercepted. There for a minute, I thought it was picked, but it's going to be a 4th and 5 now.
I'm gonna say I think NC State kicks a field goal here.
It looks like they're going for it, but I don't know. We're going to see. Bailey was hesitant on going to the sideline, so when we come, now he's on the sideline, took off the helmet. So yeah, the field goal is going to be attempted. It's a 51-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Kick is good, and the score is now 24-0 with 8:03 to go in the first half.
Game's still young, but NC State's showing dominance right now.
Yeah, I would say if this continues into the second half, by mid third quarter, if NC State scored more, we might be calling the GameCast early and calling it because we do have the playoff hangout later.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I said, since the ESPN app on my TV likes to be a pain in the rear, that's why I'm using the GameCast on the ESPN website to follow along while I'm listening to your play-by-play, Wolf.
Right. Yeah.
The good thing about is that it collaborates with your play-by-play announcing. So, but the thing is, sometimes that the ESPN GameCast goes ahead of. I can almost feel like I'm stuttering tonight. Goes ahead of you a little bit. There, I finally spat it out. Good. Yeah, currently the win probability right now, if the score stands right now, Wolf, is they have NC State at about 96% compared to 4% for Memphis. All right, ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting here, I'll give you some updated team stats on the game today. Total yards right now 157 for North Carolina State compared to 116 for Memphis. Memphis turned the ball over once compared to no turnovers for NC State. NC State has 8 first downs compared to 5 for Memphis. Memphis has 3 penalties for 30 yards, none for NC State, unless there's an update on that one. On third down, Memphis is 4 for 7 compared to 3 for 5 for NC State. On fourth down, Memphis is 0 for 1 and 0 for 0 for fourth down for NC State. Time of possession, 13 minutes, 53 seconds compared to 7 minutes and 7 seconds for NC State. Those are your updated stats. Back to you, Wolf.
All right. So, yeah, I had another voicemail there, so you didn't hear what I was saying before. But yeah, it just feels like Memphis isn't really playing with with a whole lot of energy. They just don't seem to be focus driven. But then again, they did lose their head coach Ryan Silverfield to the Arkansas Razorbacks. So I don't know whether that has anything to do with it or not.
If I had to take a guess, I would probably say they're probably playing unmotivated because they lost their coach. I mean, he must have had good morale there at Memphis before he left to go to Arkansas, and that morale probably got shattered after he left.
Well, I know during the off season last year, he in the press conference he was talking about eventually leading the program to a national championship and blah 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 blah. But he hightailed it after that making that announcement before the season was even over with. So I don't even know why he said that to begin with.
Yeah, I've never understood that either. It's like, why shoot for the fences if you're not to use a baseball term, you can use baseball terminology here, but you'll see where I'm going with this, Wolfie. It's like, why are you trying to say you're going to swing for a grand slam and only hit a single? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like that's what it is.
no. I got you. It's more like if you're going for a home, say you're going to hit a grand slam and then turn around and bunt.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. All right, looks like Memphis is on the move right now. It's 2nd and 1 currently on the Memphis 45-yard line. Sorry, Wolfie, I'm a little ahead of you on the game cast. Sorry about that.
Oh no, I'm right there with you. We've just been talking. So Lewis is in the gun. We got trips to the right. Ball is at the 45-yard line, sends wide receiver in motion, and hands off to that receiver, and actually has a pretty good gap. Gets down to the North Carolina State 48-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
Must have been some sort of a jet sweep or something.
It was.
You know the one thing you know what you see the difference of when you see that lately? When you see the jet sweeps, you see the standard jet sweep handoffs, and then you see those little jet touch passes.
Yeah, that's what I see most. It's not usually a handoff. Usually, it's more like a pitch. But
Yeah,
Lewis rolls out, feeling the pressure, and just throws it out to the sideline, and it will now be 2nd and 10.
yeah, he was hurried by someone named Soares Jr.
Yeah.
Number 33. Hey, Ted. Good to see you, bro.
Ted Aruski in the house.
Wolf, I know that's more of Ted's things, but for Ted, I'm going to do a woof, 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 woof. Just for you, Ted.
Yeah, you've been catching up on sleep just like I was. I did.
Hey, Ted, do you plan on being on the what's it called? You plan on being on the playoff hangout panel tonight? Do you plan on it? Probably a few. Hey, a few's better than nothing, bro. Okay, 2nd and 10 on the North Carolina State 35-yard line. Lewis threw an incomplete pass to Johnson, and there is a timeout on the in play. With 5:44 in the second quarter, the score is NC State 24, Memphis Tigers nothing. Again,
Correct.
welcome.
And how they got down to where they're at was a 12 to about a 12 or 15-yard run play by Peasant, the halfback.
Again, for those of you coming in, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GameCast for today's game. I'm your announcer and the sidekick of the show, Brett Alt, along with the man from Knoxville, Tennessee, Wolfie. We welcome you to the GameCast today, which we feature the Memphis Tigers with an 8-4 record against the 7-5 North Carolina State Wolfpack. We thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking time out of your day to hang with us. We really appreciate it. If you haven't done so, hit the like and subscribe button. Totally free to do. Also, share us out on social media. Teddy, I meant not Teddy. Wolf would appreciate that. Also, today's GameCast is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. Link will be in the description after the podcast. Also, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever been on a show where it's like, my buddies are talking football, I want to know what's going through their mind? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll let you know what's going through our minds because we have a show on Tuesday called Football Pick'ems, the show where we review games and pick games for the week. Join myself, Wolfie, Ted, D-Man, and our Papa Smurf on the panel named Angel, and our resident stat man, Jeff Alt, as we share stats, review picks from the previous week, and picks from this week. But you never know what might go on in the show, as we can get a little crazy from time to time. So join us for Football Pick'ems Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock Central, right here on Sports with Wolfie. Wolfie, back to you.
That is correct, Brett. You never know when you're going to hear a food pun from Ted about them pandas.
You can never go. It's not a football pick and stream unless you hear a Tenders joke. Also,
Now, one thing I will say is on the Pick'em show, it might be best to still consider 18 plus because there is sometimes where we do get a little rambunctious, if you will.
yeah, there are some letter bomb. There has been more letter bombs dropped on the Pick'em show than out of a B-52 bomber.
Enough to make a sailor blush.
Yeah, the sailors are like, I don't even want to hear this. That's why you never go into a chicken coop for more than 5 minutes because you leave because you don't want to hear the foul language.
Exactly.
Yes, that was a chicken joke, ladies and gentlemen. No, I like these game casts, especially when it's just one-on-one like this, because, even though it's a game cast, me and Wolfie get to have fun. We get to be ourselves, And most of all, we appreciate it when you all chat. I mean, we really do enjoy it, because you never know what you guys might say next. So, Jeff is back. Welcome back, Jeff.
Oh, Smurf Jeff, yep. Yeah, we're coming back from a commercial timeout, but like Brett was just saying, I say it all the time. It's you guys.
You guys chatter with the reason why the game cast runs faster and why we enjoy it. We tend to have more fun. If it weren't for you guys, we would be an old dull we'd be two old farts sitting on porches just using ham radio for broadcasting. Yes, that was a radio joke.
Yep, that's about right. Just
except we're using cans and strings.
yeah. Oh, big play by Memphis down into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
About time the Memphis Tigers get on the board.
28-yard receiving touchdown by Jamari Hawkins on the play. And the score is now going to be NC State 24, Memphis 7.
Yep, that's confirmed with 4:59 in the second quarter. Nice to see Memphis on the board finally.
Yeah, it makes me feel a little bit better now. There for a minute, I thought we'd be in it about midway through the third quarter.
That can still happen, though. You never know. Don't mean to ask you to get your notebook out during the GameCast there, Wolf. But did I pick Memphis or did I pick NC State?
Oh, let's see.
Don't mean for you to get your notebook out, but I was just curious.
Oh, I always have it beside me. Let's see. We all said NC State except for D-Man.
Hey, Snake.
What's up, Snake? But yeah, if the game was to end right now, Angel would be correct.
Why? What was his pick?
He said NC State by 10. I said NC State by 7. Ted said by 6, and you said by 3. And D-Man said Memphis by 8.
By what?
8.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Hope that doesn't come back to bite him in the butt. All right, football kickoff. Kickoff 40 yards to the NC State 25. Out of bounds at the NC State 25. So either they returned it and ran out of bounds, or the ball was kicked out of bounds.
No, it was kicked out of bounds, and that will put the ball.
That should be at the 40 if the rules, right?
If I'm not mistaken, it will either be the 35 or the 40. And I think with it going out of bounds at the 25, I think it will be the 40-yard line.
Looks like they placed it at 35, so it's like, because it's already second, because Scott ran up the middle for 3 yards, 2nd and 7 on the North Carolina State 38-yard line.
Okay, well now you're running ahead of me somehow. You went from behind me to ahead of me.
We have two Papa Smurf, Snake. The one in the chat is a PAPA, and that's Jeff. The angel is POPPA. There's a difference in the spelling there, so it's Jeff who's in the chat, the Papa Smurf that's in the chat. The other Papa Smurf, the Papa POPPA is Angel. But the Papa Smurf in this one, Snake, is Jeff. Second and 7. I wonder if they called a timeout already.
No, they were reviewing something on the time clock.
Really?
Yeah, they were trying to figure out something with the time. But second and 8, Memphis. NC State. Ball at the 37-yard line. Bailey passes.
Looks like you got another voicemail. I think Wolf had another audio issue because his voicemail just went off again. So, what we have here, we have Cody Hardy had a touchdown, but it's called back. There's an illegal touch by Hardy on the play, so that the penalty on NC State. Sorry guys, I don't have the ESPN app on my TV is being a piece of crap today because it likes to freeze up on every so often and won't let me watch the game. So I've been using the ESPN GameCast board on the internet to help out Wolfie with the game casting. So
Okay. So yes, that was a voicemail. I didn't realize it had happened again. But yeah. That was a illegal procedure on NC State that called that pass play back. There was supposed to be a wide receiver off the line of the scrimmage, but both receivers were on the line.
okay, I know that's an illegal touch. So according to this, so
yeah, I don't know why it said that, but yeah, it was an illegal procedure.
yeah, I don't get that. Sometimes I don't get this stuff on ESPN either. 4 minutes to go. 3:51 in the second quarter. Okay, what does it say here? Okay, they don't have the latest play. You get the latest play there, Wolf?
Bailey's throwing back throws, pass complete down to the 42-yard line. It will be 4th and 2.
What do you think? NC State going to punt, or you think they're going to go balls to the wall and try to go for it?
They're going to go for it.
What would you call in this situation if you were them, Wolf?
I would have gone for it. It's too short for a punt.
Like, what would you call? Would you go with a run play like an inside zone, or would you throw it, or what would you do?
I would do a screen pass. Bailey in the gun, looking, trying to draw them off sides, and now they're going to call a timeout. So they're either going to think about it or they're going to opt to punt now.
Yeah, a lot of defenses have gotten smarter to the point where, they start to know better than to be fools to be drawn off sides.
And I can confirm that the punter is coming out, so it does look like it's going to be a punt.
Okay.
Although the quarterback's helmet is still on, so I'm not 100% sure. But the punter and the quarterback are both on the field right now, so I guess they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do.
Or they could have a trick play lined up their sleeve or something.
I doubt they would do a trick play. It would be kind of cool to see, though. All right, so now the quarterback's helmet is off, and the punter is out there. Punter's back at the 27-yard line. Snap, and the kick. Deep punt down to the 19-yard line where it is fair caught. And that is where Memphis will take the ball. 1st and 10 Memphis, 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the first half. And Memphis will receive the ball in the second half. So it is very, very crucial this last drive here before halftime. If they can score, it'll bring it within 2, and then they'll have the ball at the start of the second half. So this is kind of a crucial drive here.
Coming up at halftime, we will talk about the first half of the game a little bit in our own words, and we will give a preview to the game tonight between Alabama and Oklahoma. This will come up at the W halftime show. Back to you, Wolf.
All right, so there was a screen pass from Lewis over to I don't know his name. I
Jaden
haven't seen him.
Thompson.
Thompson. Okay, he changed numbers then because Thompson was number 1 at the beginning of the year. He's number 0 today.
Yep. Oh boy.
Yep, personal foul face mask on NC State, so that's going to be an automatic first down for the Tigers.
On Jackson Vick. I wonder if he's any relation to Michael Vick.
I don't know. It is kind of in that same area.
Yeah. Looks like Peasant runs up the middle for a yard loss out of the gun.
Yeah, because the North Carolina State came with the blitz. It was Sloan that came in with the blitz and was ready for that run play.
They're really putting NC State must be dialing up a lot of good packages because their defense, because it looks like they just hurried him again.
Well, actually, that wasn't really a hurry. Lewis rolled out and was looking for an opening and couldn't find it, and he just finally tossed it out of bounds. I wouldn't necessarily call that one a hurry because he was the one that opted to roll out, not necessarily at the fact that he was being rushed. You there?
Sorry, Wolfie, my friend called. I had to mute my mic. I had to mute my audio.
Oh, I got you.
Sorry about that.
All right, Lewis drops back, throws, and pass was caught, but that's 44-yard line. It's 4th down, and NC State's getting the ball back.
Looks like if this is right, they just hit 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's a 2-minute warning. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna give our own thoughts about the game at on our little halftime show, text guys. So stick around for that if you can. So.
Yeah, that game's gonna definitely have some interesting takes for sure. But it is a commercial break. I don't know whether we got any sports scores of interest for like basketball or anything. It's a bit early still.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna. Okay. Ooh, we do have some soccer news though.
Okay.
For the U.S. men's national team, Tyler Adams torn his MCL is out up to 3 months. So that could be he was injured in the opening minutes of the Premier League draw against Manchester United. I guess he's an important player for Bournemouth. So
Yeah.
that's the only like other major news that I see that is interesting. NBA.
Now, of course, later on today, 8 p.m. Eastern time, will of course be the first playoff game between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Oklahoma Sooners. We will be going live for a college football playoff hangout, where we'll be hanging out and talking football and watching the game and everything. That will start a little bit before the game, probably it's about 7:15, 7:30 ish. So if you like the panels that we do for hangouts, you'll want to tune in for that. Um,
We do. Okay, I do have some NFL news.
okay.
Um, Falcons wide receiver Drake London with a knee is listed as questionable for Sunday's game against the Arizona Cardinals. But Atlanta Falcons coach Raheem Morris is more than bullish on the wide receiver's potential ability. He said he's playing. Also, Patriots leading tackler Robert Spillane is out versus the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday night. So that's going to be a blow for the Patriots. And good thing I dropped him out of my fantasy league off my injured reserve, which is a good thing because Jets have officially shut down wide receiver Garrett Wilson for rest of the season.
Oh wow.
Yep. But he of course had that injury. Also, another news: Jaguars and Jacoby Myers, wide receiver Jacoby Myers, have agreed to a 3-year, $60 million deal, which includes $40 million guaranteed. So those are your latest NFL headlines. Back to you, Wolf.
All right. So the first play from scrimmage was a incomplete pass at second and 10 from the 25-yard line for the NC State Wolfpack. Bailey today is 3 for 9 completion, 76 yards and 1 touchdown so far. Let's see here. Bailey in the gun, trips to the left, decides to hand it off instead, and we got a huge run, folks, down to the 39-yard line on the Memphis side of the field. That was roughly a 45-yard run, it looks like. That was Duke Scott with the run. He has 9 rushes, 56 yards today.
You have Jaden Scott, the running back for North Carolina State. Is his nickname Duke?
Yeah, his nickname's Duke, yeah.
Oh, wow. So 9 rushes for carries for 56 yards. Oh, Joey's in the chat. What's up, Joey?
Joe Arcade in the building. Hey, Joey.
Oh!
Huge pass down the field. Nobody around him. Touchdown, Wolfpack. 40-yard reception to Teddy Hoffman on the play, and NC State goes up 31-7. 1 minute and 28 seconds to go until halftime. That was a dagger to the Tigers, folks. That's going to be hard to come back on.
Yeah, good thing you said dagger, because if I said broadsword, that'd be overdoing it.
Yeah, that would be a bit much. Dagger, shot in the foot. That's about.
Nope, about right. Yeah, according to this, yep, the win percentage is up to 97.3 for NC State to 2.7 for Memphis.
I know, right, Jeff? I just need to go and be a bench warmer for 1 year, and I'd be set for the rest of my life. So.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the halftime stats when we get to halftime. So
Yeah, that's fine, because that will give everything time to update and everything.
So I guess we're in a media timeout right now then.
No. NC State's fixing to kick off.
Okay.
And the ball falls off the tee. They have to reset the ball.
I wonder if it's windy over there where he's at.
There is a little bit of wind going on, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this is the Gasparilla Bowl, so it's in St. Pete, Florida.
Mm.
All right, so Memphis will now take the ball. Probably the last time this half. Minute 22 to go until halftime.
Penalty on the play.
You're slightly ahead of me then. Yeah, prior to the snap, false start. All right, so Lewis in the gun. Got two wide receivers to the left, sends the wide receiver on the right side in motion for a trips package, but hands off to Peasant, the halfback, gain of about 4 on the play. It will be second and 7. Lewis gets it, drops back, and sacked. Big time blitz on the play. For Trey Thomas, the linebacker. So it's now 3rd and 18. Lewis sends the tight end in motion. Hands off to Peasant. Peasant busts loose right down the middle and gets it back down to about the 34-yard line. It will be 4th down. And I think that will probably end it. 12 seconds to go until halftime, and I think they're just going to run off the clock. So, folks, it is now halftime with your score NC State Wolfpack 31, Memphis 7.
Welcome to the Dubby Halftime Show, brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% at checkout with the code Sports with Wolfie. Link will be in the description below. Now, with first half thoughts, here's your host, Wolfie.
So, prior to the game, of course, Brian Silverfield, that was the coach of the Memphis Tigers, up and left. That what seems to be unexpected by Memphis to the Arkansas Razorbacks, and it was there was a question going into the game as to how Memphis would play, and I really feel that I mean they have had offensive sparks, but that is from an experienced quarterback and line, and other than that, they haven't really been motivated to go out there and compete from what it seems like on the defensive aspect. So I think that's really what you're seeing on the field. It just doesn't feel like a team that's trying to go out and win. I'll put it like that. I don't know. That's just my perspective. I know that you haven't seen the full game, but what's your feel on it, there, Brett?
About the Memphis NC State game, or
Yeah.
about the I think so far I don't think Memphis is playing up to their full potential like they could be. From what I'm seeing, NC State's dominating on both sides of the ball. Bailey is doing really good. I mean, he's 50% passing with 2 touchdowns already. I mean, so far from what I know from your analysis, that it's a balanced attack. So do I think, even though it's the second half and Memphis gets the ball back, do I think Memphis will come back and keep it close? I don't think so. I mean, NC State's got too much firepower, so that's just my take. Anyway, speaking of firepower and takes, let's move on to the next big subject as we preview our thoughts tonight's playoff game between number 8 Oklahoma and number 9 Alabama. Wolf, this is a big game in Norman tonight. You got the 2 playoff teams first round of the playoffs. The game's in Norman. What do you think? How what do you look when you look at it on paper? The Crimson Tide and the Sooners. You would think the crowd in Norman and them would have the advantage, but what do you think about the game tonight?
Well, I mean, what you saw earlier in the year between the two teams is going to kind of be similar to the way things are going to pan out in this one. However, Alabama is missing some key elements in the secondary on their defense. Mateer and that offense for Oklahoma, if they can expose the weak spots in that secondary, it could potentially get ugly for Bama. That's why on the Pick'em show, I picked Oklahoma by 7.
That is a good pick, though. I mean, I picked Alabama because there's no way Lightning can strike 3 times in a row. I mean, in the chat, I forgot who was it who said it in the chat that said that that no way Bama lets Oklahoma beat them 3 times in a row. So, but you're right. I mean, they do have some weaknesses on the secondary, but if they can play tight against Oklahoma, and if they take the crowd out of it in Norman, which I think is going to be the big factor, since you know how Oklahoma crowds tend to be loud in Norman. So, especially with a playoff caliber game like this is going to be, I think if Alabama takes out the crowd and, and they really take it to Oklahoma, I could see Alabama pulling it off here. I could see winning by at least 7 points. That's just what I think. So,
And,
but like
and I'm going to just.
he got another voicemail again. So again, we're just giving our thoughts about the Alabama Oklahoma playoff game tonight. So Wolfie was gonna say something, but he had an audio thing. Looks like he got another voicemail again. So we'll just wait till he comes back to give his thought. So, anyway, while we're waiting for Wolfie to come back, I posed a question to you, chat. Who do you see winning tonight and why? For those of you who are active in the chat right now, who I'm going to post a question to you. Who do you got? Do you got Oklahoma or do you got Alabama? And do you have a reason why? So, if you're chatting in the chat right now, just drop it in the chat. Otherwise, I'm probably talking to an empty crowd. But who knows?
Okay, so can you hear me
Sorry.
now?
Yes, you were saying you were going to interject. What were you going to say?
So I have found out that Bob Stoops, the legendary coach for the Oklahoma Sooners that retired, and that's when Brent Venables came in after Riley came in. Anyways, he has kind of stepped out of retirement, so to speak, and has taken the job as the GM slash advisor role for the Oklahoma Sooners. So I think momentum's going to be rather high in Norman tonight.
Maybe if they're going to have a legendary, if they have a legendary coach in Bob Stoops helping them out tonight, I can see that. Papa Jeff says in the chat, he thinks Bama will win. I think they have a stronger team. Hello to you, Snow Racer.
Hello, Mud.
Hey, Mud. Wow, we just dropped very fast on the number of people in the chat. That was quick.
Yeah, sometimes it will fluctuate like that. Sometimes it's a misreading.
We're
I'm
doing
doing all
good,
right.
Mud.
How are you, Mud?
Yeah, how you doing, Mud? How's the weather up there in your neck of the woods? Anyway, while we're waiting for the response, I'm going to go over first half statistics for you. For the first half of this game, NC State has 245 total yards compared to 201 total yards for Memphis. Memphis has turned the ball over once compared to no turnovers for NC State. Both teams have 10 first downs each. Penalties. Memphis had 4 for 35 and NC State had 2 for 21. On third down, both teams were at 50% as Memphis is 5 for 10, and NC State is 3 for 6. On fourth down, it was 1 failed attempt by Memphis. And time of possession, 19:49 compared to 9:14 for NC State. Again, the stats and the halftime show is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. Link in the description. Like and subscribe, and share us on social media. This has been the Dubby Halftime Show.
Yeah, and as you said, the penalties have really been staggering for Memphis. They have been playing absolutely carelessly on the discipline aspect.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's just crazy.
So while we're still at halftime, just a little snippet here tonight for the Alabama and Oklahoma game 1 of the college football playoff. We will be doing a panel hangout for the game, and we will start a little bit early, around probably 7:15, 7:30 Eastern time. Just to kind of chit chat before the game. We'll be there the whole duration of the game, and we'll be ready to see you all in there and talk. Now, I will go ahead and go over some of the rules about the panel right now. Due to the troll situation, I am going to go ahead and make this known. If you do want to come up and talk football, which it is open to come up and talk football with us, first we have to know you, and then we have to have a way to contact you to give you the link. We are not displaying it in the chat due to troll reasons. So if you do like the panel aspect and do want to hang out with us, we will be going live around 7:15, 7:30ish tonight, and of course that is Eastern time. Then also tomorrow around noon is the game 2 of the playoff. The 10-seeded Miami Hurricanes against number 7 Texas A&M Longhorns in College Station, Texas, and Kyle Field. We will be doing a hangout for that game as well.
So, anyway, speaking of doing crazy things, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever been out to a place you've been sitting around hanging out with your buddies, talking sports and thinking, well, I wonder what they're thinking. I wonder who they're going to pick for a game coming up. Well, we have just the show for you. On Tuesdays on the Sports with Wolfie channel, we have the Football Pick'em Show, where 4 guys and a stat expert sit around, talk about the latest games and going over games from last week and going over games for the current week. We do NCAA and NFL. Join Wolfie, myself, D-Man, Angel, and Ted, along with our stat man, Jeff Alt, as we are just 5 crazy guys sitting around talking football. But you never know what could happen in the stream, so be prepared for some zany shenanigans. That is the Football Pick'em Show, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, right here on the Sports with Wolfie channel.
Indeed. Thank you there, Brett. And just a brief reminder here about the sponsored Dovey energy drink, sports supplements, sports vitamins, and merchandise like the shaker cups for the supplements. You can get all of this and more on the website. Link will be in the description. And be sure to use the coupon code Sports with Wolfie, and you will receive that 10% off entire purchase at checkout.
Ted. I'm having a fun time, Ted. Of course I'm enjoying this.
And of course, when we're talking about shenanigans, that one in the chat right there is one of the primary ones that we're discussing about, because you never know what's going to come out of Ted's mouth.
Yep, that's true. Yeah. I know it says
Sorry,
one person.
sorry there, Tedorowski. I had to throw you under the bus there for a moment.
Question is, who's driving the bus?
I don't know. That is the question, ain't it, Brett?
Yep, that is the question. Oh wow, Ted, really?
Oh, you never went this morning? Yeah, I figured that would happen. Yeah, when we got off the phone, we were all kind of sleepy.
I know it's often misleading, Ted. I'm in the chat too. I'm just not chatting.
Yeah, so yeah, the count can be kind of misleading. It will say 1 or 0, and there'll be like 2 or 3 chatting. So I mean, it's not always accurate. So I try not to pay attention to it. Now, if you're on StreamYards and you see this count get the 0, then yeah, it's probably at 0. But on this particular the way this whole going live together thing works, it can be off by at least 2 or 3. So I've learned just not to pay attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
All that matters is who's talking in the chat. That's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, there have been more commercials on this dang halftime break than any sports broadcast I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, the game is still at halftime, Text Guy.
I'd almost dare say that there's more commercials in this game right here than the Super Bowl, and that's saying something.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But I am going to take a moment here, since it is still in commercial, to go ahead and update my software on this Roku here, just to make sure that I'm completely updated here.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Yeah, I was asleep myself after we got off the phone until about 20 minutes prior to this GameCast there, Ted. And if it continues to be a blowout, we'll probably end this GameCast a little early, and I'll probably take a nap before the hangout, just to be perfectly honest.
Oh, you're totally right, Text Guy. Wolfie does have a good thing going with the sports channel.
Yeah, I appreciate that, text guy. Yeah, I try to do the best I can, and now I am going to make a kind of brief advertisement to kind of build up a little bit of hype here. I have successfully got my first interview lined up for sometime at the beginning of the new year with a former collegiate athlete that played in the SEC and played against some really good teams in the 80s. And that's all I'm going to say right now. The rest will be left to your all's imagination, but you'll can expect an interview one-on-one interview coming very soon at the beginning of the year.
Anyway, thank you to the 6 people in the chat right now. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Also, share this on social media or wherever you share things. We'd really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm, and we'd really appreciate, and we would really appreciate that. So, thank you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. And so the second half has began. Kickoff to Memphis, return to the 30-yard line. It does look like the returner is shooken up a little bit there. He's rolling around on the field there. It's number 9. It looks like I can't get a really good view because the medical staff is surrounding him.
Hey, Lucy.
Hey there, Lucy. Okay, so it's Jamari Hawkins. Yeah, he's the one that got shook up a little bit there. 5'9", 185-pound junior out of Mobile, Alabama. So he's going to go to the sidelines, get checked out for a minute there. He has 3 receptions, 28 yards, and a touchdown there. All right, so Lewis in the gun sends the halfback peasant out in motion, screen pass to the wide receiver. And that's a gain of about 4 on the play there. No. His knee hit at about 2 yards into that play, so it's 2nd and 8. All right, Lewis sends wide receiver in motion. Oh, actually, that's the halfback. Okay, so it's all wide receivers to the left. Fakes the handoff to Peasant, the halfback, rolls out, feeling the pressure, but decides to keep it and gains about 3 on the play out to about the 36-yard line. They might mark it at the 35. Depends on where they put the spot. All right, so it's 3rd and 4. Tackle was by Caden Fordham of NC State. 139 tackles this year. That's 4th in the NCAA. All right, screen pass to the halfback Peasant. Gain of about 2 on the play. It will be 4th and 2. And that will bring out the punt team. So Memphis comes out on the first drive of the second half and gets no points. Punter goes out, does a rugby style kick, and it rolls out of bounds at the 8-yard line. So NC State will have a 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line. That was a good kick there by Memphis. Question is can the defense come out and do something?
Yeah, I can't believe the Rams lost last night, Tex Guy.
I know. I called that game to the T. I even said that it might go into overtime, and I said that Seattle would win by 1. So I had that one dead on.
Dang.
All right. Today, C.J. Bailey for the Wolfpack is 4 of 8 for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. He hands off to Duke Scott, gain of about 3 on the play. It will be 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line. Baseball news, the Pittsburgh Pirates get Brandon Lowe from the Rays. That's a pretty big get for the Pirates. All right, so C.J. Bailey is actually in the... is that the flex? I haven't seen the flex like that in forever. It's like a flex gun. Hands off to Scott. And Scott busts loose and gets down about the 23-yard line. It will be a 1st and 10, NC State. He breaks the tackle, then spins out, and he gets an extra about 7 yards on that run. Oh, of course, there is a flag on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams, so that's going to be offsetting penalties. And it'll be a 1st and 10, NC State. Yeah, from what I can tell, that was some bad mouthing out of both players there. All right, so Bailey sends tight end in motion, trips package to the left. He drops back, looking, feeling the pressure, rolls out, has a wide open hole down the field. He gets about 7 on the play. It will be 2nd and 4 from the. Okay, so he got about 6 yards. It's 2nd and 4 from the. Looks like the 31. All right, Bailey in the gun. Takes a snap, feeling the pressure, and is sacked. I think that was by Drew Watts who got the sack. And so now it will be 3rd and 13. Ball at about the 19-yard line. Oh, no, my bad. I was seeing something else. It's 22-yard line. All right, Bailey drops back, throws, and over the head of the receiver, and it's an incomplete pass. Flag on the play. It does look like there was a hold by the defense, but we'll see what they say here.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, Chrissy. Yep, pass interference on the defense. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. 1st and 10, Wolfpack. So it'll be 1st and 10, NC State at the 35.5-yard line. Bailey drops back and hands off to Duke Scott. Duke Scott busts out to the outside. Gain about 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down. All right, Bailey hands off to Scott again, but this time nothing doing. It will be a 3rd and 3. Ball is at about the 43-yard line. Two wide receivers to either side. Bailey drops back, looking, throws, and passes caught. Did he get a foot down? Referee says that he did. That would be a huge catch there. Looks like the catch was by Lee, number 7. Yeah, he did get the toe in. That will be a 1st and 10, NC State. Oh, it was Jolly, Justin Jolly. He has 48 receptions for 700 yards this year. Bailey fakes the handoff, does a quick throw, and the wide receiver is going backwards instead of forward. That was horrible. So the wide receiver will be dropped at the 49-yard line, 2nd down. It'll be about a 2nd and 17. Oh, even worse, 2nd and 18. Bailey drops back, looking, has all day to throw, and then just throws a short little quick pass, but flag on the play. And it does look like it's going to be a hold. And indeed it was. It was the right guard on the play, Peak. So now NC State's going backwards instead of forward. 2nd and 28. Bailey, hands off. This is a new back that's in the backfield this time. Who is that running? It looks like Fields with the run, and that was a gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 25. Ball is at the 45-yard line. Bailey drops back, got all day to throw, passes to the halfback Fields, down to the Memphis 40-yard line. It will be fourth down, but a manageable fourth down. It'll be 4th and 9. And it's not quite close enough for a field goal. So they are going to punt back to Memphis. There's going to be a high towering kick. And it was downed at the half-yard line, Brett. Memphis will start the ball at the half-yard line.
Wow, what a punt.
Well, actually, they're going to take it to commercial break because we got two refs arguing with each other as to whether it's a touchback or down at the half-yard line. If they are going to argue about it, they might as well go ahead and review it and get that over with.
Oh, yeah, nothing more amusing than seeing two referees argue. Excuse me.
It's actually not very common to see refs argue with each other. But I mean, it was very clear that the ball bounced at the 5-yard line. The NC State player tiptoed, caught the bounce at the half-yard line. So that means that the punt was down at the half-yard line before stepping into the end zone. So if they review it, it should be a 1st and 10 Memphis at the half-yard line.
Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, wow. You said they're reviewing it, you said? According to the ESPN GameCast, they have it as a touchback. Wolfie must add another voicemail again. Anyway, guys, welcome on to the chat. Whoever's still sticking around, welcome to the afternoon GameCast. My name is Brett Alt. I'm the announcer and the sidekick for today's GameCast. We are GameCasting North Carolina State versus Memphis. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so. It's totally free. It helps the algorithm. Share this out on social media. It would really help us out a lot. And remember, today's GameCast is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout by using the code Sports with Wolfie. Again, that's 10% on your order at checkout using the code Sports with Wolfie to save 10% on Dubby products.
Oh, right, indeed, Brett. But yeah, they are. They did look at it, and apparently they have some type of rule. If the one that's downing it takes a step forward, it's a touchback. So they gave Memphis the ball at the 20-yard line. I've never seen anything like that in my life, but oh well.
That's just part of the game.
All right. Memphis halfback Peasant gained about 5 on the play, 2nd and 5 from the about 25-yard line. Okay, they're going to mark it a yard shot. It's 3rd and 6. All right, Lewis has 2 wide receivers to either side. Sends Thompson in motion. Lewis throws deep, and the pass is just barely incomplete. Good coverage there by the defensive back. So it will be a 4th down coming, and Memphis will be punting back to the NC State Wolfpack. All right, and the punt is a line drive punt, and NC State fair catches it at the 29-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 NC State.
Excuse me.
Better out than in, as I say.
That wasn't a fart. Anyway, I'm looking at the win probability on the GameCast. They almost pretty much have this dead to rights for the NC State Wolfpack. The win probability is 99.4% compared to only 0.6% for Memphis.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest here. I'm just waiting for NC State to score again, and then we're probably going to just call it and take a quick power nap before we start up the hangout.
Yeah.
Although it has taken NC State way longer to score than I thought they would.
Yeah. That's a decent amount of likes on the stream so far, Wolfie. During the entire almost 2.5 hours we've been live, we've had 14 likes already.
Yeah, it's been a good stream.
I'm not complaining. Ted was right about one thing, though. I'm enjoying this a lot.
Yeah,
he wasn't wrong about that.
It's easy to get into once you're doing it. It's like, I don't know am I going to have time to do this today? Well, yeah, I can go ahead and squeeze it in, and then you don't want it to end.
Yeah. No, actually, after I'm done doing a lot of these GameCasts, I admit I'm usually a little out of energy, but I usually feel mentally stoked afterwards because it's like, yes, another good GameCast. That's why I'm keeping the caffeine going. I'm drinking my Mountain Dew Code Red right now.
Well, that's why I said if NC State scores, we can go and take a quick power nap.
Yeah. I could call my friend back because he called during the stream. I told him I was busy doing the stream, so he wanted to talk. So I'll probably call him back after the stream then. Okay, looks like the game's back on.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 NC State at the 29-yard line. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. That's why I said if NC State scores again, it will be pretty much over with. All right, hand off to Duke Scott. Gain of about 2 on the plate. Will be 2nd and 8. Ball at about the 31-yard line.
You're darn right, text guy.
Oh yeah, Code Red's good. Unfortunately, they don't have a zero sugar version of it though, so I haven't
They
had it.
did at one time, but you can only find it online in certain areas. But yeah, they need to make a zero sugar variety and put it back in the stores.
Yeah. Another one that they need to get a zero sugar of is the Live Wire. I love the Mountain Dew Live Wire.
Live Wire and Voltage get a zero sugar. That would be awesome. Welcome to the W Podcast, brought to you by Mountain Dew. I couldn't resist.
Now I tell you what, that would be a cool sponsor to have, Mountain Dew Zero Sugar.
Oh yeah.
But
Yep.
that won't happen until we're up to 1,000 subscribers. So you heard that, everybody. Share us out, get us up there quicker.
Yeah. You know, it would be a good thumbnail for the Pick'em show if that happens. An AI image of all of us sitting around drinking Mountain Dew.
Exactly. Yeah.
That would be a perfect one. Excuse me. Woo! That carbonation, though.
Sounds like Brett's releasing some demons there.
Oh. Good thing I didn't eat chili tonight.
That's actually what I had last night was protein chili. It's a non-carb base.
Oh. Yeah,
The
I
only
have like
the only problem with the no carb base chili is well, it doesn't make it very friendly for the bathroom, just to make it PG.
Oh, so I'll take it up a notch, PG-13. So pretty much you destroy the bathroom.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, that's it.
Yeah. The only time that's why you never say call 911, we got a gas leak.
Ooh, good hard run by Duke Scott there. He had about 5 defenders on his back and got an extra 3 yards on that run. It's 2nd and 4 now.
Oh, that would have been a good pass. I'm looking at it on the GameCast. I'm not watching the actual game, of course, because of what I told you.
Right.
So I know I'm ahead of you, but that was like a good distance, even though that was well, you're going to see the play. You'll know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of hurried the throw, and there was a lot of pushing and shoving going on. It should have been a pass interference by Memphis, but it's 3rd and 4.
Huh. I just got 3 notifications for YouTube. Guess who was live 3 minutes ago? Ted.
Yeah, he was doing tickets. Yeah, that don't surprise me. All right, Bailey with the keeper. Still about a yard shy. It's 4th and 1 for NC State.
They got a huge lead. They could gamble to go for it.
No, that's what I was about to say. With a 4th and 1, they may go for it.
If it's a long one, I don't know, but if it's a short one, then yeah.
What they're trying to do is jab Memphis in the jugular at this point. That's what they're trying to do. Now they got the other quarterback Wilson in for the QB sneak. It don't look like he made it.
According to the GameCast, it says turnover on downs.
I'm pretty sure it's Memphis football, and it will be at the NC State 48-yard line. But that's what you get for trying to do a quarterback sneak from the shotgun. I hate when they do that crap.
It's like,
If
why? It's like you're saying 5 to 7 yards back, and the QB sneak is meant to be under center.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Why? It's like, I get if you're trying to have a loaded backfield for the quarterback, it's like, I get that, but at the same time, it's like though you can't do a quarterback sneak 5 yards back out of the shotgun. What are you thinking?
The most successful quarterback sneak is when you have your tight end or fullback behind the quarterback and the halfback behind him in like a goal line offense, and you run straight in from center and follow the center's ass, and then the fullback and the halfback just kind of pushes your tush over the line. That is your atypical quarterback sneak, and a lot of teams do it under the gun now, and I do not understand why. It makes no sense to me at all. But yeah, it'll be a 1st and 10 Memphis at the NC State 48-yard line, so really good field position for Memphis. They need to take advantage of this while they can.
If it were up to me, if I was doing something crazy like that, I would not run a quarterback sneak. I'd probably do like a wildcat or something like that, just to mix it up a little bit.
If I on a 4th and 1 in the gun formation, I'm doing a jet sweep. But that's just me.
Yeah. Or if you really want to really mix it up, throw in an old pistol flex bone or something like that and run the triple option.
Right?
That's
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
though.
The old option plays can do really good sometimes.
Yeah, it's like you see our armed forces, their football teams. At least they're keeping the option alive, though.
One of my favorite plays that I had on NCAA 2014, which trust me, I wish I could get the updated video games. I want to play some NCAA football so bad it ain't even funny. But my favorite play in the I formation package was the triple option. I absolutely teared the opponent every time I use that play. I love it.
You know, not to talk about this is almost related, but you said NCAA Football 14. Well, using an alpha emulator of the PlayStation 3, that somebody actually, a group of modders actually modded NCAA Football 14 and did a huge mod called College Football Revamped. And they did a whole bunch of stuff with it, including using different formations and things like that you would have never seen. They even include some RPO stuff too.
Oh my gosh. Lewis took the snap and miscued the handoff to the halfback, fumble, NC State ball at the Memphis 47.
Yep, I just saw that. Text guy's like, I don't want the stream to end. I'm enjoying the stream.
Well, at this point, if no team scores, we're going to go all the way to the end, and it will be time to do the hangout anyway. So you may get your wish text, guy. Hand off to Scott. Gain of about 2 on the play. Hey, what's up, Brian?
What's up, Brian? Wow.
So Duke Scott today has 16 rushes for 88 yards for the NC State Wolfpack. Bailey drops back looking, does a quick throw to the tight end, gets it down to the 36-yard line. It will be 3rd and about 3.
It's Brett on here, Brian. It's me, Brett. That's who's with Wolfie today. Well, I didn't have a. Well, that's just my avatar. That picture of me holding the 4 aces. That's just me.
Yeah. Brian, this is not StreamYard, so we don't have any way of putting the names up.
Yeah. Yeah, we're using the YouTube companion app.
Yeah, the Go Live Together feature.
Yeah. And how's it going? It's going good. We're just chilling, doing a GameCast. All the good
Memphis,
stuff.
Memphis sacked Bailey and a fumble on the play, and it looks like Memphis has the ball at the 39-yard line. Referees are saying that it's down, though. We'll see what the replay shows.
Oh, even though it's getting near the end of the third quarter, Wolf,
Mm-hmm.
they have the win probability is the win probability pretty much all but has it locked up for NC State. Because the win probability right now, according to the ESPN GameCast, 99.8% for NC State, only 0.2% for Memphis.
Because NC State's up by 4 scores going into the 4th quarter. I would say the winning probability is very high for NC State too.
Yeah. What are you cooking, Brian? Well, timeout Memphis, it says.
Yeah, Memphis called a timeout to, I guess, for to see if they wanted to challenge it, but NC State still has the football according to the ruling on the field. I don't know whether Memphis is going to throw the challenge or not. Don't look like they are. All right, so it's a 2nd and 19, NC State at the 39-yard line. Bailey hands off to Duke Scott. Gain of about 4 on the play, down to the 35-yard line. And that will do it for the third quarter, where the score is NC State 31, Memphis 7. All right, Brett, I will let you take over for a short time here. And I will be back here in about 5 minutes.
Alrighty then. Oh, cool. You're having hamburger helper tonight. What flavor of hamburger helper, Brian? Or not really that much? Or is it really? Or is it not really like a big thing? All right. We are now. It's time for the updated stats brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. Again, save 10% on your order on all Dubby products at checkout by using the code Sports with Wolfie. We have 342 total yards for NC State compared to 203 for Memphis. Memphis has 2 turnovers compared to 0 for NC State. NC State has 16 first downs compared to only 10 for Memphis. For penalties, Memphis has 5 for 50 yards, while NC State has 4 for 41. On third down, Memphis is 5 for 12, and NC State is 5 for 10. On fourth down, both are 0 for 1. And in time of possession is 23 minutes for Memphis, 21 minutes and 3 seconds for NC State. So those are your updated stats. Oh, cheeseburger macaroni is always a good flavor. Actually, one of my favorites. Anyway, I guess since Wolfie wants me to take the reins for a few minutes, I guess I'll do my put my announcing skills to the test and do a little advertisement here. So, you ever sit around and hang out with your buddies, talking football and thinking, man, I wonder what they're thinking. Who are they going to pick? Well, we'll let you into our minds as we have the Football Pick'em Show weekly on Tuesdays on the Sports with Wolfie channel. Join Wolfie, myself, D-Man, Angel, and Ted, along with our resident stats expert, Jeff Alt, as we go over games from the previous week and pick games for NCAA and NFL. Also, you never know what will happen on the show. Everything from crazy shenanigans to crazy words and occasionally more letter bombs than a B-52. That is, again, the sports on the Football Pick'em Show, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, live on the Sports with Wolfie channel.
Yes, indeed. Thank you there, Brett. Good, well said. Now, what just occurred was a pass play, and there was a little bit too much coverage by Memphis there. It was a pass interference. So it's now going to be a 1st and 10 NC State from the 20-yard line. All right, Bailey in the pistol, looking, feeling the pressure, and he just throws the ball to the ground, and it will be a 2nd down. Kind of looked like it should have been an intentional grounding, though. Wait a minute, what? What's going on? Oh, it didn't get to the line of scrimmage. It was a backwards pass. Memphis picked it up and ran it all the way into the end zone. It is a touchdown, Memphis. Whoa.
Oh, man.
So that is a 80-yard scoop and score for the Memphis Tigers. I bet you they'll review it though. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, because according to the ESPN GameCast, they say it's incomplete.
Yeah, the ruling on the field is a fumble. It has to be indisputable evidence to overturn. So it kind of sounds like the GameCast may have concluded that it was overturned.
All right. Let me refresh and see if that's the case. But like we both have said though lately though, sometimes the GameCast gets it wrong though.
I mean, there was a receiver in the area, so it can't be intentional grounding. It's really just a matter of whether it's a fumble or not. Yeah. I saw it on the replay. It's definitely an incomplete pass. But they are deeming it as an intentional grounding and a loss of down, though. I'm surprised because there was a receiver in the area. So where's the ball going to be? That's the question. Technically, intentional grounding is a 5-yard penalty, and it's a loss of down. So that would tell me it would be about a 2nd and 22.
You would be correct according to the GameCast.
And the ball will be probably about the 33-yard line.
This GameCast says Memphis 32.
So yeah, I'm right there in the vicinity then, yeah.
Mm.
So there you go. Thank you to the 5 listening in. It is appreciated. If you are new here, be sure to double tap to hit the like and subscribe. It is appreciated. So we have a 3rd and 22 from the 32-yard line for NC State. 14 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the game.
All right.
All right. Bailey drops back looking. Throws, but down at the shoelaces of the receiver, and it's incomplete. It's 4th and 21. So the field goal team will be coming out to kick the field goal.
All right.
49-yard attempt from the left hash. It's a fake. But incomplete.
I knew they were going to do that.
But the pass was incomplete to the kicker, and Memphis will now have the ball. 1st and 10, Memphis Tigers.
20 coins? Not bad, Brian.
Yeah, that's what's up there, Brian.
I don't understand why NC State tried to fake that when they could have just taken the easy 3. Unless they're trying to waste time off the clock or something.
I think that's probably what it was. They wanted to take a little bit more time off the clock, but still, you take the points. Ooh, interesting news out of college football. Arizona State's wide receiver, Jordan Tyron just entered the declared for the NFL draft. So he will not be playing against the Duke Blue Devils in that bowl game.
Yep. Jordan Tyson leaving at
Yeah, Tyson.
Oh wow. And according to this, Mel for the 2026 draft, they have Tyson, Mel Kiper, and Field Yates in there for Kiper. He's got Tyson going number 7 on the big board for the 2026 draft, and then Field Yates in his latest mock draft has Tyson going number 7.
Interesting. All right, Brian, what is your question?
Yeah, what's on your mind, man?
You know, if there's an opinion to give, me and Brett or anybody else on this channel for that matter will give you an opinion. Okay, one or two things to do. So what are they there? Hi, Karina.
Hey, Karina, what's up?
All right, Brian, what you got for us? All right, one. Buy a
certain
channel
channel coin and find someone that has the coin I need and trade them.
All right, so that's option 1. What's option 2? That you're thinking.
Anyway, while we're waiting for Brian to type his second one in. Currently, it's the 1st and 10 for Memphis on the North Carolina State 46-yard line.
Correct, and we have a quarterback change. Harrison Maiden is in the game at quarterback.
Looks like Kyer Spain is the running back.
Correct. So it looks like the second team is in for Memphis at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And it also looks like the second team defense is in there too.
Brian says pay for that channel coin, but the one that had the coin made to hold on to it and pick someone in one of their lives to give it to. You have more experience in this field than I do, Wolf. I'll let you take that one. Because I have no clue, Brian.
I would probably do it like do it like the second one, where you basically give that extra coin away on their channel. It's just more of a respect factor than anything. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with trading either. So I mean, you could technically go either way, but as far as respect factor, I would probably do the second one. Wow, that was a weird play. That ball was bouncing everywhere. It was a fumble, but the question is does Memphis retain possession or does it go to NC State? It looks like it's going to stay Memphis ball.
Oh, NFL news. Um, um, there's some NFL news that's pretty critical.
Go for
NFL
it.
NFL suspends Seattle Seahawks outside linebacker Derek Hall for one game without pay. The NFL is suspending Seattle Seahawks outside linebacker Derek Hall for one game without pay for an act of unnecessary roughness and unsportsmanlike conduct, the league announced Friday. The NFL alleges that Hall unnecessarily stepped on the leg of Los Angeles Rams guard Kevin Dotson while Dotson was on the ground at the end of a play in the first quarter of the Seahawks overtime win at Lumen Field.
It was
Dotson
a
left
it was a little bit more than just stepping on the leg, but yeah.
Dotson left the game with an ankle injury and did not return. He was later seen outside the Rams locker room on crutches and with a walking boot on his left foot. Hall absolutely plans to appeal the suspension.
Of
A
course he
source told me
does.
here.
Of
If it's
course.
up, if it's upheld, he'll be eligible to be returned to the Seahawks active roster on Monday, December 29th, a day after the Seattle Week 17 game against the Carolina Panthers. So that's the latest NFL news.
Big throw attempt by Maiden incomplete. And it'll be a turnover on downs, so it will be NC State football. But yeah, it was more just stepping on the leg. He forcefully lifted his leg in the air and stomped on the leg, and I don't see any way that he'll be able to get that ruling overturned.
Mm. I mean, it's just now if it was like a 4 or 6 game suspension, I could see why he would appeal it. But it's just a 1 game suspension. It's just 1 game.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I get it. He wants to pay, but he's got to realize you can't do that kind of stuff in the NFL or in football, for that matter.
The thing is that by the time that you get to the NFL, you shouldn't have any type of that type of thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You're more than you're more than a student. You're more than a kid. You are an adult. Act like an
Uh huh.
adult.
Uh huh. Okay, it looks like Memphis failed to convert on the field position and turn the ball over on downs to NC State.
Wow, you're just getting that. So now I'm ahead. How did that happen?
Who knows?
But yeah, it's on a commercial break at the moment. Well, I mean, of course, we all want to act like a child, but it don't do us no good at this point. I myself, I'm fixing to be 36.
um, it is text guy. It is Derek Derick Hall Hall from the Seattle Seahawks, who got suspended for a game because he had unsportsmanlike conduct and unnecessary roughness behavior in the Thursday night game. He stepped on a Los Angeles Guards lineman and caused, pretty much in a way, caused an injury. And
Well,
so there's
Brian, if you're over the age of 36, then yeah, yes, I would be younger.
I know I'm older than Wolf myself. Jeff, my brother Jeff and I are both older than Wolf.
Yeah, I mean, I am the head of the channel and everything, but I am the youngest in the grouping as well.
Mm-hmm. I know it's crazy. I'm 42, Brian. My brother is 44. Papa Smurf, Jeff called us all kids.
Right. All right, so we have a 2nd and 9 from the 35-yard line. NC State Bailey dropping back, looking, throws, almost intercepted by Memphis. That would have been a big play for Memphis, but here it is, 3rd and 9. I don't see how the Memphis player didn't pick that off. It literally hit him in the face mask. The ball essentially hit him in the face, but he didn't catch it. All right, so that was a little slant pattern there. Gain of about 4 on the play. It's 4th and 5. Nine minutes to go in the game. And NC State is punting back to Memphis. It's a high towering kick and rolls all the way down to the 4-yard line. Now that was a kick right there. But there is a flag on the play. If that's on Memphis, that will be a big, 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 big penalty. It'll be 40 on April 5th. Okay. All right, so you're the same age as Brian then. Oh wow, okay. So there were illegal substitutions on both teams, and they're going to have to re-kick. Well, that was a crazy turn of events.
That is nuts.
To be perfectly honest, with 8 minutes to go in the game and up by 3 scores, if I was NC State here, since they had to re-kick, just out of being pissed off, I would fake the punt and try to get the first down, just out of spite. But nope, they're going to kick it again. Kick is high and towering yet again, but this time Memphis is underneath it to catch it, and it will be a fair catch at the 15-yard line. That's where Memphis will take over. 1st and 10 Memphis Tigers with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. And the score, NC State 31, Memphis 7.
Mm-hmm.
And we are now at commercial break. So, Brett, I will let you take the reins again.
Alrighty then. Oh boy. So yeah, it's the game's getting on to his last legs. So
And I'll be completely honest here. I would have ended the stream probably about 25 minutes ago had it not been for Tex Guy. So you're welcome, Tex.
mm,
We'll see what happens on this drive, and then that will probably then we'll probably call it just because I know that you're. It sounds like you might be getting tired, and
no, I'm not tired. I'm just saying it's just like because I know you want to prep for the hangout. So
well, not only that, but I need to let my phone charge up for a minute, and it's way too late to take a cat nap, so that's out of the picture. So mainly just to do a couple of things before we start the stream, and then let the phone charge up for a minute. But oh, no problem, Text Guy. The hangout, the game is at 8 p.m. Eastern, so that is here in about 2.5 hours. But we're going to start the stream at approximately 7:15. We're going to start it a little bit early. I know it says that we ain't going to start until closer to 8 o'clock, but just be ready to be in there sooner. So everybody that's listening in, be ready to hang out with us a little bit sooner than what the time actually shows on the forecasted stream. All right, a little screen pass there, and loss of about 4 on the play. It's 2nd and 14, Memphis. And we have the third string team in for Memphis. That's how this game is going. AJ Hill, the true freshman, is in for the Memphis Tigers at quarterback. All right, pass complete. Down to the 23-yard line. It's a 3rd and 2. Hill sends the tight end in motion. Hands off the Peasant. Peasant gets the first down run down to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Memphis. Two wide receivers to either side. Hill takes the snap, looking, does a quick throw, And the pass is complete and busting loose and gets down to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Memphis. Pass to Holmes Jr. on the play, number 80. All right. Snap, fakes the handoff, throws to the tight end. No gain on the play. It's 2nd down. Hill drops back, looking, throws, pass complete down to the NC State 47-yard line. It's 3rd down. AJ Hill so far is 5 for 5. He's 100%. It's a shame that Memphis couldn't get something like that going earlier. Hand off to Peasant. Peasant busts loose, gets down to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Memphis. Deep throw, and that's the first incompletion for Hill. 2nd and 10. 4 minutes, 32 seconds to go. All right, Hill sends wide receiver in motion, fakes the handoff, drops back, feeling the pressure, and sacked. Sack was by Adire, the outside linebacker, number 25. He's a transfer out of Texas Tech. He played for Texas Tech last year. All right, 3rd and 16. Ball at the 43-yard line. Hill drops back, throws, pass complete to the halfback down to the 28.5-yard line. It'll be 4th down. The halfback that caught that was Spain. Oh, it's a 4th and 1, not 4th and 2. 4th and 1. Oh, that sounds like fun, Chrissy. Of course, I'm being sarcastic. Power outages are never fun.
Yeah, power outages are never fun. Well, Wolf, 2:55 left in the game. Do we just call this one, give this one a wrap?
I'm sorry, what did you say? I lost you there for a second, Brett.
I said it. We have 2:55 left in the game. Do we just call this one a wrap since the game's pretty much over?
Oh, did Memphis give it back to NC State? I hadn't seen that yet.
I know it's 3rd and 16, though.
I'm showing a 4th and 1.
Oh, my GameCast is behind.
Yeah, I'm showing a 4th and 1 here. And they're going for it here. Ball is at the 29-yard line. Handoff, and
Turnover on downs.
it is a turnover on down. So, yes, we can't call it a wrap. Do you want to go over the statistics that you have there, Brett?
All right, I know they're going to change for the last minute, but I'll just go ahead and give what we got here. So NC State has had 335 total yards. Memphis has 293 total yards. 2 turnovers for Memphis, no turnovers for NC State. 17 first downs for NC State compared to 15 for Memphis. For penalties, Memphis has 6 for 65 compared to 5 for 41 for Memphis. For NC State, sorry. On 3rd down, Memphis was 8 for 17 and NC State was 5 for 12. On 4th down, Memphis was 0 for 3 and 0 for 2 for NC State. Time of possession, 32 minutes, 34 seconds for Memphis and 23 minutes and 47 seconds for North Carolina. Those are the stats, Wolf.
All right. And as you've heard it there, folks, NC State's up 31-7 and got the ball just taken off the clock. It's fixing to hit the 2-minute warning. This game is over. We're going to call it a wrap here, folks, and we will see you all here in about an hour and a half for the college football playoff hangout presented by W.
Shall I take him out, Wolf?
Go right on ahead there, Brett.
You have been listening to the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl GameCast. NC State versus Memphis here on the Sports with Wolfie channel. Make sure to like and subscribe, and remember that today's GameCast was brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout by using the code Sports with Wolfie. Like and subscribe and share on social media. For Wolfie, this is Brett Alt saying good night and goodbye.
And we will see you all in about an hour and a half. And the wolf is out of here. Bye, everybody.